Hey guys, Mike back here with another stock strategy explained, and today we're going to be talking about the GameStop stock again, and we're going to be talking about why you should be holding GameStop stock. Before we begin, make sure you leave a like on this video if you're holding GameStop like I am, and make sure you subscribe down below for more future updates on stocks and IPOs. And as a quick disclaimer, this is not legal, tax, financial, or investment advice. I am not a financial advisor. Make sure you do your own research before you buy anything. And I also own GameStop stock. And so with that, let's jump right into why you should be holding GameStop stock. So first off, I should say I do think GameStop is overvalued based off of their market cap and their revenue and their current income. It currently has a $22 billion market cap, which is insane, and has grown over 1,400% in the last week alone. I think if any outsider were to look at the GameStop stock, they would automatically think, oh my God, this is a bubble. But just because it is overvalued doesn't mean the stock can't go up, and doesn't mean that you can't make money off of it. And I'll tell you why. So for me, I do believe the GameStop stock, even though it's overvalued, can still go up, and there's still an opportunity to make money for two main reasons. Reason number one, even though I believe it's overvalued, I do believe the stock can still go up because of a short squeeze, which I'll explain in a bit. And reason number two, I'm also partially holding because that could cause hedge funds to lose money, and I'll explain that in a bit too. So looking at reason number one, I think it still could go up because of a short squeeze. So a quick TLDR for those of you who don't know what a short squeeze is. A short is when someone bets against the stock. So they're betting that it'll go down. If there's a lot of them and the stock actually goes up, these short sellers will actually need to buy the stock back to cover their positions, causing the stock price to go up. So the TLDR is, if there's a lot of short sellers and the stock price actually goes up, they'll need to close out their positions, causing the stock price to go even higher. And the key metrics to understand are how many short positions are still open and how far do you think the price can still go up. Because the more short positions are open and the more the stock price goes up, the more they'll need to buy back the stock, and the more the price will turn into a rocket ship and go straight to the moon. So why do I think that there's a short squeeze that's going to happen? I would definitely check out the website Is the Squeeze Squoze? And it's a website where a guy basically takes a look at the short open volume out there and see how many short positions are open. A key metric to take a look at is how many short positions are open relative to the actual order volume, which is a percentage. And currently the website is saying there's at least a 75 to 110% short volume open. So if you believe that there's going to be a short squeeze, I would definitely take a look at the VW stock in around 2008. The VW stock was a clear example of what can happen during a short squeeze. So it was trending around the 200 euro line for a solid time period. And then there were a lot of short sellers. What actually happened here with the VW stock is as the price rose, you can actually see the short sellers started closing their positions. They needed to buy back the stock, and there was an insane peak in VW stock. You can see VW went up from 200 euros all the way up to 1,000 euros in the span of a few days and a few weeks. And this is a quintessential example of what can happen during a short squeeze. In a short time frame, you can make 5x your money and potentially even more. So that's a big reason why I'm still holding the GameStop stock. Even though I believe it's overvalued, I do think there's an opportunity for a short squeeze, which can easily double, triple, or even 5x your money. However, this is high risk. As you can see in the VW graph, the price quickly dropped as soon as there was a short squeeze. So the key thing here to recommend is make sure you're staying on top of your stock. Make sure you know when to sell, because this short squeeze is not going to last for very long. So obviously you want to try to sell at the top, but as soon as a short squeeze happens, try to make sure you sell your shares as quick as possible. Make sure you take a look at the short positions open relative to the amount of float, and that can give you an idea of is the short squeeze happening. And so onto point number two, where if you actually hold the stock, you could actually cause hedge funds to lose massive amounts of money. And so you're probably asking, why would holding the GameStop stock cause hedge funds to lose a bunch of money? It's because a lot of the hedge funds are the ones who have these short positions open. They are betting that the stock will go down. And if there's anything that Americans dislike more, it's Wall Street and hedge funds. You know it's bad when people on the far left, like AOC, and people on the far right, like Don Trump Jr. and Ted Cruz, they all combine their efforts, and everybody in between, including Mark Cuban and Elon Musk, they're all fighting for the retail investor and all fighting against these Wall Street hedge funds. They're all advocating that the system is rigged and that these hedge funds, even though they're losing massive amounts of money, they're being played at their own game. And so for me, the most exciting part is being able to get back at these hedge funds. They have all these tools at their disposal and all these smart people. And for some reason, a bunch of not so smart people like me are flooding the market with money and completely changing the rules of the game for these hedge funds. And so as you can tell, short sellers have obviously accumulated a lot of losses since the initial rally 2 weeks ago. And the theory here is that most of these short positions are hedge funds taking massive bets that the stock will go down. And so as long as we hold, as long as the price stays steady and or the price goes up, these hedge funds are going to lose massive amounts of money. And so for those two reasons, that's why I recommend holding on to GameStop stock if you can. Obviously, this is massively oversold, and make sure you don't invest more than you're comfortable in losing. But as you can see, I'm still holding my GameStop stock. I still have it, and I'm waiting for that short squeeze to happen. Let me know down below in the comments, are you still gonna hold your GameStop stock? And if so, for how long, and what is your target price? And make sure you leave a like on this video, and make sure you subscribe for more future updates. And with that, make sure you understand a company's product strategy before you do any sort of investing. And most importantly, make sure you make money. Peace.